Hey, greetings Tobs fans, and welcome to our preseason edition of the 2014 Tobs Talk. We'd like to welcome everybody here back to Greenlight, and today's an exciting day because we get to introduce, of course, our new head coach for the Tobs, Mr. Justin. Hey, Justin, welcome and congratulations.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
We are thrilled, of course, that you will be rejoining us in the Fleming Stadium dugout and kind of give our fans a sense of what to expect this summer with the Tobs and sort of your philosophy as a coach and how you're going to attack the Coastal Plain League this summer.
I think we're going to build a team started off by looking back to last year and figuring out which players were going to help us not only on the field but also in the clubhouse as leaders. And then around that we're going to try to build a team that is going to give 100% every day on the field, and we're going to do that by trying to make them realize what the Tobs mean to this city. And I think if we can get those players to realize, how much they really do mean to this city, that they will be more apt to give 100% every day.
And you saw it firsthand in the summer of 2000, of course, 12, I'm sorry, when you served as an assistant coach, and you saw where the leadership was there in the second half. It was a challenge in the first half. So kind of touch on your experiences through the CPL in that summer and what you gained from it and how you grew as a coach and what you expect our players to do this coming summer.
Yeah, I mean, that season taught me a lot. We learned that a lot of these kids aren't used to playing every day. In their college season, they play during the midweek and they play 3 games on the weekends. So leadership is such a big part of it because the first couple of weeks it's kind of a honeymoon period, and then the grind of playing every day kind of starts to take a toll on them. And it's a challenge on the coaching staff to kind of get them motivated every day when they start to wear down, because their bodies will wear down. They've already played a college season. So the leadership role really comes into important, especially the assistant coaches and the head coach, knowing how to get those guys motivated. I grew as a coach that summer with a leadership role because we did struggle, and you learn through adversity.
Sure.
And I learned a lot that summer, and it really taught me a lot about leadership and how to motivate guys, which has helped me not only in the summers but also in the spring.
Well, share with our fans for a second. What do you expect of the young men who wear the black and gold this summer? What are the expectations of our organization? And more importantly, what are the expectations that you're going to have of them in the dugout?
Well, I mean, I think that's easy. It's something that I think all baseball players should really show, and that's just to give 100% every day and play the game the right way. We're going to focus on the process, doing it right. And if we can get the process down and we can do it right, then the results will come. Sure. And that's what we're going to focus on. I want those guys even the guys on the bench, to buy in to really doing the process right. And like I said, if that process comes and once they buy into that philosophy, we're going to have a really good summer.
Well, let's talk about how we're going to put this team together, because one of the unique components of the Coastal Plain League is traditionally there is a lot of turnover from year 1 to year 2 as the seasons, of course, progress. We have a good staple of players coming back. We'll touch on those guys in a second, but kind of give me an idea of how are you going to construct this roster for the Tobs? What kind of player are you looking for offensively?
Well, offensively, I think we're looking for two types of players. For our 1-2 spots in the lineup and our 7-8-9 spots in the lineup, we're looking for speed. We play in a big ballpark.
Sure.
We want guys who can move up, maybe take first to third on a pass ball, maybe get a triple out of the ball to the wall. Those guys being guys who get on base, really pay attention to on-base percentage. And then our 3, 4, 5, 6 guys really paying attention to guys that can drive the ball around the ballpark. Run producers, guys who are going to drive those other guys, those speedy guys in. And if we can build that type of offense, an offense that's scrappy, that gets on base any way they can, and then having the core of the lineup driving those guys in, I think we'll be pretty successful.
So what are you going to do the first few weeks of the season? We get Matt Rimley from Akron's coming back. So we get Matt back, of course, and all of a sudden now he's used to swinging an aluminum bat where he may have 2 or 3 home runs as a shortstop and may have 6 to 8 doubles, and all of a sudden now he comes into Wilson and we put wood in his hands. What is the offensive game plan change that you have to make in conveying to the players that this game is a little different now?
I think in the first couple of weeks we really focus on small ball. We really focus on staying short of the ball, bunting, hitting and running, taking the extra base. Anything we can to prove to them that if we play the game this way, we're going to win. That we're no longer going to hit the ball over the fence if we're a leadoff guy. We have to get those guys to buy in, and we do that through proving to them that will win and that will make them successful.
Defensively, Fleming Stadium lends itself to power pitching. It really does because of the big alleys and really because of the division we play in, because a lot of the teams in our division have smaller ballparks. So being a pitcher yourself, and we'll talk about your career in just a few minutes, but give me an idea of what you're looking for in your starters, your relievers, and maybe even your closer. Give me an idea how you're going to construct that.
Our pitching staff will be, hopefully, one that pitches to contact. I mean, Fleming Stadium, if you throw strikes, there's not going to be a lot of balls hit out of it. And pitch to your defense. We're going to construct a defense that's going to make the routine plays, and that's important. So our pitching staff, our starters, they're going to be guys who throw strikes and get deep into the ball game. If our starter can get us 6 to 7 innings and keep us in the game, ahead by a run, down by a run, in the game, late in the game, then they've done their job. Our relievers are going to need to come in and throw strikes again. I think that's the most important theme of our pitching staff, is just throwing strikes. Getting the hitter out of the box in the first 3 pitches, not walking people, and letting our defense really play. And then as for a closer, I need a guy that can come in, a power guy, and slam the door. His job is to come in the 9th and face 3 batters.
Give me an idea how you're going to construct your staff. I know we've talked at length about your staff, and we've been able to attract some great people. Tell me what they're going to bring to this organization, and also, of course, to the players in helping them reach their potential.
Well, our staff is going to be created around my philosophies and guys that I know encompass the same philosophies that I do. My top assistant, our pitching coach, Jacob Legg, who was my pitching coach at Faulkner University, who played at the University of Alabama and at the University of Alabama Birmingham, who actually is coming off a national championship win this season at Faulkner. He's a guy that I know has a lot of the same philosophies I do because he taught me a lot of the ones I have. I know that we work well together because we've coached well together in the past with some travel ball teams right after I got out of college. So his job is going to be to manage the pitching staff. He's been good at what he does. He's proven that over time at Faulkner, and so that's his job, is to manage it, to come to me with ideas, and and I'm going to listen to him. That's the good thing about him, is that I know that he's done it. My second assistant, Chris Rollins, who actually played at Barton, is helping out at Barton this year. He's going to be an integral part of our team because he has played in the CPL. He knows what it's like to play in this league. He knows what it's like to make the changes from the aluminum to the wood, the defense, and how important that is. So that's why I brought him on, because I wanted somebody who not only could bring the energy level and the same philosophies that we wanted to bring, but also somebody who could relate to the players.
So he's your energy guy.
He's my energy guy.
Most pitching coaches are cerebral, but Chris Rollins is going to be the energy guy, of course. You're right, he suited up for the Tobbs as well, also for Barton College, so fans should be very accustomed to him. And again, one more local tie that we're going to have with the Tobbs this summer. Now, in the subject of full disclosure, Tobbs fan, Justin and I have a history. We actually are both graduates of Southwest Mississippi Community College. We both played there down in Summit, Mississippi. I was very fortunate to have been turned on to Justin by a former teammate of mine, now the head coach, of course, at Southwest, Lee Kirkendall. Give me an idea, so fans can understand, why did you get into coaching? I mean, you've had a great track. You played at a few junior colleges and played, of course, at Faulkner, which is a great program. But why coaching? What was that aha moment saying, that's what I want to do?
I think that moment came my senior year in college, when I realized how fortunate I had been to have the coaches I've had in my life who had taught me the things they had taught me. I realized how much I had learned through baseball. And not only the game of baseball, but about life. And I looked around, and I was doing some coaching in the summer with some travel ball teams, and I was really enjoying helping those guys move on into college. And I kept expressing to them how fortunate they were to play at the next level. And just one day during that summer, I realized that it was what I wanted to do. It was that I wanted to be able to give guys opportunities, that help kids move on to go to college that might not have gotten that chance if it wasn't for a baseball scholarship. And maybe even to help young boys grow into young men. Because I know that's what happened with me when I was in college. I did a lot of growing up.
Now, one thing I admire about you, and again, subject of full disclosure, we brought Justin on as our third assistant actually in the summer of 2012, and quickly, because of some staff alterations, he moved up to our top assistant at the end of the year, coaching third base for the Top. So, one thing I think that our organization was very excited to have about Justin was his work ethic. Give me an idea what you're going to bring as far as you setting the tone for the players every day, and then our fans can see from our head coach and from that third base dugout.
Well, I hope to bring a level of commitment to the program that the players see, that the fans see, that everybody in the community sees, that I'm committed to winning, but not necessarily winning, but also winning the right way. You can do things the wrong way and win, or you can do things the right way and win. I want to show these guys that I'm committed to them and their future, but I'm committed to this community. And I think that by showing them my level of commitment, the energy that I bring to the table every day, and giving 100% every day, that they'll feed off that. I was told a long time ago that it starts at the top, and I plan to be a good example of that.
We're going to play a little word association.
All right.
All right, real easy. I'm going to throw out 3 words, of course, one at a time, and I just want you to kind of give me about a 30-second answer to it. Leadership.
The most important part of coaching, the most important part of any team. Without leadership, you have nothing.
The baseball grind.
Oh, well, in the CPL, it's 56 games, and hopefully more than that. That's one of our goals this year, is to bring the Pettit Cup playoffs back to Wilson. And it's every day. It's a new type of grind, especially in the CPL. It's a different kind of grind. It's late night bus trips, early morning, early work, extra inning games, rain delays, all those things that make baseball fun.
Organizational goals.
I think our organizational goals are to do things the right way, to win the right way, and to bring the Pettit Cup playoffs back to Wilson, while at the same time furthering these kids' level of play. That's really why we're here, is to help these young men become better baseball players. So, if we win and we don't help anybody get better, we don't help anybody improve as either a young man or a baseball player, then we've really done nothing.
Last one, player effort.
I think player effort is probably the easiest thing for a player to give, but because of the grind, it becomes one of the hardest things to give. I think with social media, it's become harder in this league because kids see their friends at the beach and they see their friends, going on vacation. And after about the first 30 games, they realize that, they're going to the ballpark every day. And to keep them focused and giving 100% comes a little difficult because, sometimes they lose sight of what they're gaining from this experience.
Well, Justin, thank you so much. And it's going to be an exciting summer here for the Tops this year. And really, we have 3 great things to kick things off. As most of you know, we have a beautiful stadium expansion going on right now. And it's going to be, the ribbon cutting is going to be March 12th, when our friends from Greenville, East Carolina, will be coming into Fleming Stadium and hosting Wake Forest from the ACC in a wonderful matchup on a Wednesday night. So Tops fans, make sure, of course, you call our office and inquire about ticket prices. That's going to be a great night because we've got some former players of the Tops who will be, of course, playing in that game as well. We have a new start this year. We're going to be starting on Sunday, May 26th, which is an earlier start for us. We'll be playing an exhibition game that night. Have a big fireworks show, of course, and it's going to be a lot of fun. And then the last thing is we are celebrating 75 years of historic Fleming Stadium. And we all know how an important role that Fleming Stadium has played in all things in Wilson. They used to play football there at Fleming Stadium. So again, Tops fans, we're so excited about 2014. We're thrilled under our new leadership, Justin Hay. And we expect to see you at the ballpark this summer and also to watch us here on Greenlight all summer long for Tops Talk and also to catch our games live as well. Thank you so much, and we'll be seeing you at the ballpark this spring.
you.